He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. In the gentle darkness of this night, we explore one of the most tender and beautiful images in all of Scripture, the image of being covered by divine feathers, protected under heavenly wings that span wider than our imagination can fully grasp. Close your eyes if they aren't already closed, and let your heart carry you to a place of absolute tenderness and care that surpasses anything you've ever experienced in the physical world. Picture the most magnificent bird you can imagine, perhaps like a great eagle with wings that seem to stretch from horizon to horizon, powerful yet graceful, fierce in protection yet gentle in love. Or perhaps more like the dove that brought hope to Noah's Ark, representing peace, purity, and the promise of new beginnings. But these wings that come to cover you tonight are not ordinary wings bound by the laws of nature or the limitations of physical creatures. These are wings of divine love, made visible, soft as the finest, down yet stronger than any armor ever forged by human hands. They shimmer with an inner light that seems to come from love itself, warm as summer sunlight, yet gentle as moonbeams, protective as the strongest fortress walls, yet tender as a mother's embrace. These wings carry within their very essence the power that spoke worlds into existence, yet they fold around you with infinite gentleness. Take a slow, deep breath and imagine these magnificent wings beginning to spread over you, creating a canopy of perfect safety above your resting form. Feel the softest feathers beginning to settle around you, each one carrying a whisper of divine love, each one perfectly placed to bring you comfort. As these divine wings spread over you, notice how the atmosphere around you changes completely. The temperature becomes perfect for rest, not too warm to cause restlessness, not too cool to create discomfort, but exactly what your body needs for the deepest, most restorative sleep. The air itself seems to become softer, cleaner, filled with a presence that you can almost see shimmering in the space around you. Beneath these wings, you discover a sacred space that feels both infinite and intimate, vast enough to hold all your concerns, all your fears, all your hopes and dreams, yet cozy enough to feel like the most comfortable nest ever woven. The ground beneath you becomes softer than any bed, more supportive than any mattress, perfectly contoured to your body's need for rest and renewal. The snares and traps that might have caught your feet during your waking hours, those tangled thoughts that circle endlessly through your mind, the worries that seem to multiply when you try to push them away, the fears that spring up like weeds in the garden of your peace, the anxieties that seem to appear from nowhere and everywhere at once. None of these can reach you here beneath this divine protection. Can you feel these mental and emotional snares losing their power as you rest under this heavenly covering? Notice how thoughts that seem so urgent and pressing begin to fade into insignificance. The fowler's snare was a trap set by bird hunters, designed to catch creatures unaware, to entangle them when they were simply trying to find food or follow their natural paths. In our lives, we encounter similar traps, situations that seem innocent enough but can entangle us in worry, relationships that start well but become sources of stress, thoughts that begin as simple concerns but grow into consuming anxieties. But here, under these divine wings, you can see these snares for what they truly are: temporary obstacles that have no power over your true self, your eternal identity as a beloved child of the Most High. From this protected place, you can look back at the worries that seemed so large and threatening just moments ago, and see how small they actually are compared to the vast love that surrounds you now. Breathe slowly and feel yourself rising above every snare that has troubled your mind, lifted by wings of love into a perspective where peace is possible. The world can be a complicated and sometimes dangerous place, can it? Sometimes it feels as though there are traps and pitfalls everywhere we turn. Words that wound unexpectedly, situations that overwhelm without warning, pressures that seem to increase rather than diminish over time, expectations that feel impossible to meet, responsibilities that multiply faster than we can handle them. But here, in this sacred space beneath divine wings, all of that complexity fades away into blessed simplicity. Here there is only love, love that knows your name, understands your struggles, sees your heart, and chooses to protect you not because you've earned it, but because that's what love does. Love protects, love covers, love shields, love never fails. Feel how your body naturally responds to this realization. Notice how your muscles release tension they didn't even know they were holding, how your breathing deepens and slows to match the rhythm of perfect peace. The perilous pestilence mentioned in this beautiful psalm represents not just physical illness, though divine love certainly cares about our bodily health and well-being. It represents every form of spiritual and emotional contamination that might threaten your peace. Negative thoughts that spread like infection through your consciousness, toxic emotions that poison your joy and steal your hope, destructive patterns that seem to multiply in the darkness of discouragement and despair. Under these divine wings, the air itself acts as a purifier, cleansing away every form of spiritual pollution. Each breath you take draws in pure peace, pure love, pure hope, pure blessing. Each breath you exhale releases another portion of whatever has been contaminating your inner world. Fear, anger, resentment, discouragement, hopelessness, despair. Can you feel this purification happening with each breath? Imagine that every inhalation draws in healing light, while every exhalation releases darkness that no longer serves you. Under these wings, you discover that divine truth becomes your shield. Not harsh, condemning truth that wounds and judges, but the gentle truth of how deeply you are loved, how completely you are accepted, how perfectly you are known and cherished, exactly as you are in this moment. This truth forms a protective barrier around your heart and mind, deflecting any lies that might try to disturb your peace. What lies have been whispering in your ear lately? Perhaps lies about your worth, telling you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not successful enough to deserve love and happiness. Maybe lies about your future, suggesting that things will never get better, that you'll never overcome your struggles, that you're destined for disappointment and failure, or lies about God's heart toward you, insinuating that divine love is conditional, that you must earn acceptance, that you're too flawed to be truly cherished. Let these lies be silenced now by the truth of divine love that surrounds you. Feel how they lose their power when faced with the reality of perfect acceptance. The buckler mentioned in this verse was a small, round shield held close to the body for intimate protection. Unlike the large shields that protected from distant arrows, the buckler defended against close combat attacks. This represents the personal, intimate protection that surrounds you, not distant, impersonal care, but the kind of love that knows your specific needs, understands your particular vulnerabilities, and responds with perfect timing and infinite tenderness. This intimate protection knows that you worry most late at night when the house is quiet and your mind has room to wander. It knows that you feel most vulnerable when you're tired, most discouraged when you're overwhelmed, most afraid when you're facing the unknown. And it positions itself between you and these vulnerabilities, not to make you weak, but to remind you that you don't have to be strong all the time, that it's okay to rest, to be held, to let love do the protecting for a while. Can you feel this intimate protection surrounding you right now? It's closer than your own heartbeat, more constant than your breathing, more faithful than your own thoughts. As you rest here tonight, imagine that every feather that covers you carries a specific message of love, perfectly chosen for what your heart needs to hear in this moment. Some feathers whisper of forgiveness for the mistakes you've made, the words you wish you hadn't spoken, the opportunities you feel fall asleep to Psalm 91. Night meditation, a 3-hour peaceful journey into God's protection. Welcome, dear friend, to this peaceful sanctuary of rest and reflection. Tonight, we journey together through the beautiful words of Psalm 91, often called the Psalm of Protection. As you settle into your comfortable space, allow your body to sink deeply into rest. Perhaps you're lying in your bed, feeling the softness of your pillows, the warmth of your covers. Or maybe you're in your favorite chair, wrapped in a cozy blanket. Wherever you are exactly where you need to be. Take a moment now to breathe with me. Inhale slowly. Hold for just a moment. And exhale, releasing any tension from this day. Again, breathe in peace and breathe out worry. One more time. Breathe in God's love and breathe out anything that no longer serves you. Tonight, we'll explore 6 beautiful aspects of Psalm 91, each one a gentle chapter in our journey toward peaceful sleep. We'll discover together the profound comfort found in dwelling in the secret place of the Most High, resting in the shadow of the Almighty. As we begin, I invite you to simply listen. Let these ancient words of comfort wash over you like a gentle stream. There's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go. Just be present with these sacred words that have brought comfort to countless souls for thousands of years. Can you feel yourself beginning to let go of the day's concerns? What would it feel like to truly rest in complete safety tonight? He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. There is a place, dear one, a sacred space that exists beyond the noise and chaos of our daily world. This is the secret place, the hidden sanctuary where your soul can find its deepest rest. It's not a physical location you must travel to, but a spiritual dwelling that's always available to you, especially in these quiet moments of the night. As we begin this gentle journey together, allow your body to settle more deeply into your bed, your chair, wherever you find yourself resting tonight. Notice how your pillow cradles your head, how your blanket holds the warmth around you. These physical comforts are just a glimpse of the spiritual comfort that awaits you in this secret place. Take a slow, intentional breath, feeling the air enter your lungs like a gentle invitation to peace. Imagine, if you will, this secret place. Perhaps it's a quiet garden where ancient stone pathways wind between beds of lavender and jasmine. The air here is warm and gentle, filled with the soft fragrance of flowers that bloom eternally in this sacred space. The light here is golden and soft, not harsh or demanding, but welcoming and peaceful, like the warm glow of candlelight or the gentle radiance of sunset filtering through stained glass. In this garden of the soul, there are comfortable places to sit and rest. Maybe there's a wooden bench beneath a flowering tree, its branches creating a natural canopy above you. Or perhaps there's a soft patch of moss beside a gently babbling brook that speaks in whispers of peace and comfort. Can you see this place taking shape in your mind's eye? Let your imagination paint the details that bring you the most comfort. In this place, there are no deadlines pressing upon you, no obligations weighing down your shoulders, no pressing concerns demanding your immediate attention. The urgent emails, the unfinished tasks, the conversations you need to have, all of these belong to another world, a world that seems very far away from this sanctuary of rest. Here, there is only peace. Peace that flows like water, filling every space, washing away every trace of stress or worry. There is only love. Love that surrounds you like the warmest embrace, love that knows your name and understands your heart completely. There is only the gentle presence of the divine, not demanding or judgmental, but welcoming and kind, like coming home after a long journey. As you breathe slowly and deeply, feel yourself entering this secret place now. With each inhalation, you draw in more of this sacred atmosphere. With each exhalation, you release more of the world's heaviness. Each breath is a step deeper into this sanctuary, each heartbeat a rhythm that attunes itself to the peace of this holy ground. Breathe in, and imagine stepping across the threshold into this sacred space. Feel your feet touching holy ground. Breathe out, feeling the peace of this place settle around you like a warm embrace that reaches every part of your being. Notice how your shoulders begin to relax as you cross this threshold, releasing the weight of responsibility you've been carrying. Your jaw unclenches, your forehead smooths, your hands open from whatever they've been grasping. This is what happens when we truly enter the secret place. Our bodies remember what rest feels like, what safety feels like, what peace feels like. The shadow of the Almighty is not a dark shadow that brings fear or foreboding, but rather like the cool, refreshing shade of a magnificent oak tree on the hottest summer day. It's the kind of shade that makes you sigh with relief, that brings immediate comfort to your sun-weary body. This divine shadow is protection at its most gentle, comfort at its most perfect, love at its most encompassing. Picture yourself now resting in this shadow. Maybe you're lying on soft grass that feels like the finest mattress, looking up through branches that filter the light into dancing patterns of gold and green. Or perhaps you're seated on that comfortable bench, feeling the solid support beneath you while gentle breezes carry the fragrance of eternal flowers to refresh your spirit. In this shadow, you are completely safe. Here, the troubles of the world cannot reach you. Not because you're hiding from them, but because this place exists in a dimension where love is stronger than fear, where peace overcomes anxiety, where divine protection forms an invisible but impenetrable barrier around your soul. The anxieties that may have followed you to bed tonight, worry about tomorrow's responsibilities, concern about relationships, fear about finances, grief over losses, uncertainty about the future, they stop at the border of this sacred space. They have no power here, no permission to disturb your peace, no ability to penetrate the protective shadow that covers you. Can you feel this happening right now? Notice how even thinking about your worries while in this place seems to drain them of their power. Feel yourself sinking deeper into this divine protection. Your breathing becomes slower, more rhythmic, like the gentle waves of a peaceful ocean lapping against a quiet shore. Each breath draws you deeper into rest, deeper into trust, deeper into the loving arms of your Creator who has prepared this place specifically for you. What does safety feel like in your body right now? Can you sense the tension leaving your muscles, your jaw, your hands? Feel how your spine settles more comfortably, how your limbs grow heavy with relaxation. In the secret place, time moves differently than in the outside world. The urgent pace of daily life, the rush from one appointment to another, the constant checking of clocks and calendars, the feeling that there's never enough time, All of this slows to the rhythm of your heartbeat, to the natural flow of your breath, to the gentle pace of divine love that never hurries but is never late. Here, you remember what it feels like to simply be, without needing to do or achieve or prove anything to anyone. You don't have to be productive here, don't have to solve problems or make decisions or figure anything out. You can just exist in the pure joy of being beloved, of being known, of being welcomed exactly as you are. The Most High God, the one who created the vastness of the universe with its billions of galaxies, who set the stars in their courses and watches over the dance of planets, who knows the migration patterns of every bird and the blooming schedule of every flower, who counts the grains of sand on every shore and knows the number of hairs on your head. This same infinite God has prepared a place of rest specifically for you. Let this truth sink in as deeply as possible. You are not an afterthought in God's creation. You are not a mistake or an accident or someone who slipped through the cracks. You are beloved, treasured, precious beyond measure. You are worthy of this divine protection and peace, not because of anything you've done or achieved, but simply because you exist. Because you are part of the divine family. Because love chose to create you, and love chooses to sustain you. As you rest in this profound truth, notice how your whole body responds. Your heartbeat may slow to match the steady, faithful rhythm of divine love. Reliable as sunrise, constant as the tides, patient as the growth of mighty trees. Your breathing deepens naturally, drawing in more of the peace that surrounds you, releasing more of the tension you've been carrying. Your mind, which may have been racing with thoughts and concerns when you first lay down tonight, begins to quiet like a lake becoming still after the wind has stopped blowing. The waves of worry settle into gentle ripples, then into perfect calm that reflects the beauty of the sky above. Breathe in the safety of this moment. Feel it filling not just your lungs, but every cell of your body. Breathe out any remaining tension or worry. Watch it dissolve like mist in the morning sun. This secret place is not just a nice idea or a temporary escape from reality. It's a spiritual reality, a dimension of divine love that exists parallel to the physical world, intersecting with it, but not bounded by its limitations. This place is always available to you. In the middle of a difficult day when stress threatens to overwhelm you, in moments of uncertainty when you don't know which way to turn, in times of grief when sorrow feels too heavy to bear, and in times of joy when gratitude fills your heart to overflowing. You can always return here in your heart and mind. In the middle of a tense meeting, you can take a quiet breath and remember this place. While waiting in a doctor's office, you can close your eyes for a moment and feel this peace. When anxiety wakes you in the middle of the night, you can picture yourself here in this shadow of the Almighty, surrounded by perfect love. This is your spiritual home, your place of refuge, your sanctuary of peace. It belongs to you not because you've earned it, but because love has given it to you freely. It's yours to visit whenever you need comfort, whenever you need rest, whenever you need to remember who you are and whose you are. Rest here now, dear one. Let yourself be held by this divine love that has no conditions, no expiration date, no limitations. Feel yourself cradled in arms that are stronger than any storm you might face, more gentle than the softest touch, more faithful than the rising of the sun. You are safe here. You are protected here. You are loved here, with a love that will never let you go, never turn away, never grow tired of caring for you. You are exactly where you belong, in the secret place of the Most High, under the shadow of the Almighty, wrapped in peace that passes all understanding. Take another slow, deep breath and let yourself sink even deeper into this rest, this safety, this perfect peace. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him I will trust. In these gentle moments of the night, we discover what it truly means to have a refuge. Not just a temporary shelter from a passing storm, but a permanent place of safety where our souls can rest without fear, without reservation, without the constant vigilance that daily life so often requires. Tonight, as you settle deeper into peace, let your imagination carry you to the strongest, most secure fortress you can envision. Perhaps you see ancient stone walls, thick as city blocks and unshakable, that have weathered countless storms and stood firm through the ages. These walls have seen empires rise and fall, seasons change from summer warmth to winter snow and back again, yet they remain steadfast, unmoved, eternal in their strength. But these walls are not cold or forbidding like fortress walls in fairy tales. Instead, they are warm with divine love, glowing softly with heavenly light that seems to emanate from within the very stones themselves. The entrance to this fortress is magnificent. Great wooden doors bound with gold standing wide open in welcome. There are no guards to question your right to enter, no passwords to remember, no credentials to present. The invitation is written in the very air. Come, all who are weary and heavy-laden, and find rest. This is your fortress, prepared specifically for you, with your name written over the doorway in script that shines like starlight. Breathe slowly and feel yourself walking through these great gates of this spiritual fortress. Notice how your footsteps echo, not with the harsh sound of stone, but with the gentle resonance of welcome. With each breath, you move deeper into this place of absolute security, leaving behind every concern that has followed you here. As you cross the threshold, notice how the atmosphere itself changes. The air inside this fortress is different, cleaner, lighter, filled with an almost tangible sense of peace. Your lungs seem to expand more fully here, drawing in not just oxygen but comfort, not just breath, but blessing. Each inhalation brings with it a deeper sense of security. Each exhalation releases another layer of tension you didn't even know you were carrying. But this is not merely a fortress built of stone and mortar, impressive though such walls might be. This is a refuge built of something far stronger, built of love that has no beginning and no end, constructed from divine faithfulness that has never once failed, and its foundation is the eternal character of God Himself. The walls that surround you now are made of countless promises spoken across the centuries to countless souls who have found refuge here before you. Each stone in these walls represents a different promise. I will never leave you nor forsake you. My peace I give to you. Cast all your cares upon me. Be still and know that I am God. In my Father's house are many rooms, and I go to prepare a place for you. These promises form an impenetrable barrier against every fear, every doubt, every worry that might try to disturb your peace. Can you hear these promises whispering in the walls around you? Let them sink into your heart like seeds planted in fertile ground. As you explore this fortress tonight, you discover rooms designed specifically for your comfort and rest. There's a great hall with a fireplace that burns with the warmth of divine love, not consuming or destructive, but healing and comforting, casting dancing shadows that seem to tell stories of hope and redemption. The chairs here are perfectly sized for your body, the cushions exactly as soft or firm as you prefer, the temperature precisely what you need for deep, restorative rest. Notice how different it feels from the world outside these walls. Outside, there was rushing and pressure and demands pulling at you from every direction. But here, there is no hurrying, no pressure, no demands, except the gentle invitation to rest. The clocks here run on divine time, where moments stretch as long as they need to for healing to occur, for peace to settle, for love to do its perfect work. Can you feel how your body naturally responds to this sense of complete security? Notice how your muscles soften like ice melting in warm sunshine, how your breathing becomes more rhythmic and peaceful, matching the eternal rhythm of divine love. The temperature in this fortress is perfect, not too warm, not too cool, but exactly what your body needs for deep restorative sleep. It's as if the very air knows what you need and adjusts itself accordingly. When you're too warm, a gentle breeze stirs to cool you. When you feel chilled, the air grows softer and warmer around you. Everything here is designed for your comfort, for your peace, for your healing rest. The air itself is clean and pure, washed clean of every pollutant from the outside world. No anxiety can survive in this atmosphere. No fear can breathe in this environment. No worry can take root in this soil of perfect peace. You find yourself breathing more deeply than you have in weeks, your lungs filling completely with this purified air that tastes faintly of flowers and clean rain and something ineffably sweet that might be the very essence of love itself. Breathe deeply now and taste this peace with each inhalation. Let it fill not just your lungs, but every cell of your body. In this refuge, you understand that you are not hiding from life, but rather gathering the strength and peace you need to live fully and well. This is not escapism, but restoration. Like a weary traveler finding a welcoming inn after a long, difficult journey, your soul finds rest here. The innkeeper knows your name, has prepared your room, and asks nothing in return, but that you rest and be renewed. Your spirit, which may have been stretched thin and stressed by the challenges of recent days, can finally relax and be renewed. All those responsibilities you've been carrying, the decisions that need to be made, the problems that need to be solved, the relationships that need attention, all of these can wait outside these walls while you rest. They will still be there when you're ready to address them, but you'll meet them with renewed strength, clearer thinking, and a heart at peace. Trust is not always easy, is it? We live in a world where trust is often broken, where promises are sometimes empty, where security can seem elusive and temporary. Sometimes life presents us with situations that make it difficult to feel safe or secure. Unexpected changes, financial pressures, health concerns, relationship struggles, uncertainties about the future that seem to multiply rather than resolve. But here, in this sacred space, in the quiet of this night, you can practice the gentle art of letting go, not letting go of responsibility or care, but letting go of the exhausting need to control everything, to manage every outcome, to solve every problem with your own strength alone. Here you can practice releasing your grip on control and allowing yourself to be held by something far greater, far more reliable, far more loving than your own efforts. Breathe in trust. Let it fill your lungs, your heart, your entire being like clean water filling a dry well. Breathe out the need to manage everything on your own. Release that heavy burden that was never yours to carry alone. This fortress has been built by the one who created the mountains in their majesty and the seas in their power, who holds the planets in their orbits as easily as you might hold a soap bubble, who knows every sparrow that falls and every tear that you've shed. The same hands that formed the foundations of the earth have built this refuge specifically for you. The same voice that spoke galaxies into existence whispers your name with infinite tenderness. This fortress has no weak points, no places where danger might slip through unnoticed, no gaps in its defenses. Every angle has been considered, Every possible threat has been anticipated and provision made against it. The one who sees the end from the beginning, who knows what tomorrow will bring before tomorrow arrives, has designed this refuge with perfect knowledge of every challenge you will ever face. Feel how this truth settles into your bones, into the deepest parts of your being like warmth from a perfect fire. You don't have to be strong tonight. Strength will come when you need it. But right now, in this moment, you can rest in weakness without shame, without fear, without apology. You don't have to figure anything out or solve any problems or plan any strategies. Tonight is for rest, for restoration, for allowing divine love to do the work of healing and renewal that only happens when we truly let go. You can simply rest in the strength that surrounds you, like a vast ocean surrounds a small island. Let yourself be completely supported by divine love that is more reliable than the law of gravity, more constant than the rising of the sun, more faithful than the turning of the seasons. What would it feel like to truly trust that you are completely safe right now? Let that feeling of absolute security wash over you like warm waves lapping at a peaceful shore. As you prepare to sink deeper into sleep, carry this image with you. You are nestled safely within walls of divine protection that can never be breached, never be undermined, never be overcome. Nothing can reach you here that is not filtered first through the hands of perfect love. Every worry that tries to follow you into sleep, every fear that attempts to disturb your peace, every anxiety that seeks to steal your rest, all of these must pass through the gates of this fortress first. At these gates stands perfect love, and perfect love allows entry only to what serves your highest good. Worries are turned away at the door. Fears are denied entrance. Anxiety is told it has no business here. Only peace is welcome. Only rest is invited in. Only love is given free access to your sleeping mind and heart. Rest now, beloved child of the Most High. Rest in the safety of this refuge that was built before the foundation of the world with you in mind. Rest in the strength of this fortress that has never been defeated, never been overcome, never failed to protect those who seek shelter within its walls. Rest in the perfect love that surrounds you now, like the warmest, softest blanket you've ever known, woven from threads of divine faithfulness and dyed in the colors of eternal grace. Take one more deep breath and feel yourself settling even deeper into this perfect security, this absolute safety, this complete and eternal protection. Surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. In the gentle darkness of this night, we explore one of the most tender and beautiful images in all of Scripture, the image of being covered by divine feathers, protected under heavenly wings. Close your eyes if they aren't already closed, and let your imagination carry you to a place of absolute tenderness and care. Picture a great, magnificent bird, perhaps like an eagle with wings that span wider than you can imagine, or perhaps more like the gentle dove that brought hope to Noah's Ark. These wings are not ordinary wings, but wings of divine love, soft as the finest down, warm as summer sunlight, protective as the strongest armor. Take a slow, deep breath and imagine nestling safely beneath these protective wings. Feel the softness, the warmth, the complete security of this sacred covering. The snares and traps that might catch us during our waking hours, the worries that entangle our minds, the fears that grip our hearts, the anxieties that seem to spring up from nowhere. None of these can reach you here beneath this divine protection. Like a mother bird who shields her young from storm and predator, You are shielded now from every spiritual and emotional danger. The world can be a complicated place, can't it? Sometimes it feels as though there are traps and pitfalls everywhere we turn. Words that wound, situations that overwhelm, pressures that seem too great to bear. But here, in this sacred space beneath divine wings, all of that fades away into insignificance. Breathe in the safety of this moment. Breathe out any lingering worries from your day. Feel how your body naturally relaxes under this heavenly covering. Your shoulders drop away from your ears. Your jaw unclenches. Your hands, which may have been tightly fisted during the day, open like flowers blooming in sunlight. This is what your soul has been longing for. This deep, abiding sense of being completely protected and cherished. The pestilence mentioned in this psalm represents not just physical illness, but every form of spiritual and emotional contamination that might threaten your peace. Negative thoughts that spread like infection through your mind, toxic emotions that poison your joy, destructive patterns that seem to multiply in the darkness. All of these are kept at bay by this divine covering. Can you feel the peace settling over you like morning dew on fresh grass? Each breath you take draws in more of this heavenly protection, more of this divine peace. Under these wings, the temperature is always perfect for rest. There's a gentle breeze that carries away any remaining tension, and a soft light that soothes without stimulating. Your heartbeat slows to match the rhythm of divine love, steady, reliable, infinitely patient. Truth becomes your shield here, not harsh, condemning truth that wounds, but the gentle truth of how deeply you are loved, how completely you are accepted, how perfectly you are known and cherished. This truth forms a protective barrier around you, deflecting any lies that might try to disturb your peace. What lies have been troubling you lately? What fears have been whispering in your ear? Let them be silenced now by the truth of divine love. The buckler, a small, round shield held close to the body, represents the intimate personal protection that surrounds you. This is not distant, impersonal protection, but the kind of care that knows your name, understands your struggles, and responds to your specific needs with perfect timing and infinite tenderness. As you rest here tonight, imagine that every feather that covers you carries a specific message of love, perfectly chosen for what your heart needs to hear in this moment. Some feathers whisper of forgiveness for the mistakes you've made, the words you wish you hadn't spoken, the opportunities you feel you've missed. These feathers are soft and warm, melting away guilt and self-condemnation like snow melting in spring sunshine. Other feathers speak of hope for your future, not vague, wishful thinking, but solid, grounded hope based on the unchanging character of divine love. These feathers shimmer with promise, carrying visions of healing for your wounds, restoration for your losses, breakthrough for your struggles, and joy that will come in the morning after this night of rest. Still, other feathers carry promises of strength for tomorrow's challenges, whatever they might be. You don't need to know now what difficulties might arise or what decisions you'll need to make. These feathers whisper that when the moment comes, you'll have what you need, not just your own strength, but strength that comes from being connected to the infinite source of all power and love. Some feathers are woven with threads of comfort for your deepest sorrows, the losses that still ache, the griefs that seem to have no end, the disappointments that cut deeper than you expected. These feathers don't minimize your pain or rush you through your healing, but they surround your sorrow with such tenderness that it begins to transform from bitter anguish into something more like sacred sadness, still real, but held within love's embrace. Each feather that touches you carries exactly what your soul needs tonight. Can you feel these messages of love settling into the deepest places of your heart? There are feathers of celebration, too, honoring every small victory you've achieved, every moment of growth you've experienced, every time you chose love over fear, hope over despair, forgiveness over resentment. These feathers dance with joy around you, reminding you that your life matters, that your efforts count, that you are making progress even when you can't see it clearly. Under this magnificent covering of divine feathers, sleep comes not as an escape from reality, but as an entry into a deeper reality, the reality of love that underlies all existence, peace that transcends all understanding, hope that anchors the soul in something eternal and unshakable. Your dreams, when they come, will be filtered through this love, carrying messages of healing and renewal that your conscious mind might not fully understand, but your spirit receives completely. Breathe slowly and let yourself sink deeper into this nest of divine love, feeling each feather adjusting itself to provide exactly the comfort and protection you need. The wings above you create a canopy that blocks out everything that might disturb your peace, not by hiding you from reality, but by creating a sacred space where love's perspective can reshape how you see everything. From here, problems look more manageable, fears seem less threatening, and hope feels more reasonable. This isn't denial or wishful thinking, but the clarity that comes when we see life from love's point of view. As you rest under this divine protection, notice how your breathing has changed. It's become deeper, more rhythmic, syncing with the eternal rhythms of divine love that never grows weary, never takes a break, never stops caring for you. Your heartbeat, too, begins to match this perfect pace, not rushed or anxious, but steady, strong, confident in the love that surrounds it. Your body knows how to respond to this level of safety and care. Muscles that have been tense for days or weeks finally let go. Your jaw unclenches. Your shoulders drop away from your ears. Your hands open from whatever they've been grasping. This is what your nervous system has been longing for. This sense of complete safety that allows every part of you to truly rest. Can you feel this deep relaxation happening throughout your entire body? Let it spread from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes, like warm honey flowing through every cell. The temperature under these wings is perfect and consistent, never too hot, never too cold, but maintained by love itself at exactly what your body needs for the deepest, most restorative sleep possible. There's a gentle air circulation that keeps everything fresh and clean, carrying away any stuffiness or staleness, bringing in the pure essence of peace and renewal. The light here is soft and golden, not bright enough to stimulate or keep you awake, but just enough to remind you that you're not in darkness alone, but surrounded by the light of divine presence. This light seems to have healing properties, gently working on any areas of your body or spirit that need restoration while you rest. Under these wings, time moves at the pace of healing rather than the pace of urgency. There's no clock ticking toward morning obligations, no pressure to fall asleep quickly, no anxiety about whether you're getting enough rest. Time here serves love's purposes, stretching as long as needed for complete restoration, deep healing, and perfect peace. What would it feel like to completely trust the timing of divine love? Let that trust settle into your bones, releasing any pressure you might feel about sleep or rest or healing. As you prepare to drift into even deeper rest, carry with you this image. You are completely covered by wings of love, each feather carefully placed by divine hands, each one carrying exactly the message your heart needs to receive. Nothing harmful can penetrate this covering. No fear can disturb this peace. No anxiety can steal this rest. You are held, beloved one. You are protected. You are surrounded by love so complete that it anticipates your every need, so gentle that it never overwhelms, so strong that it never fails. Rest now in this perfect covering, sleep peacefully in this divine embrace, and wake tomorrow renewed in body, mind, and spirit. Breathe slowly and let yourself sink completely into this nest of divine love, trusting that you are exactly where you belong, exactly as safe as love can make you, exactly as cherished as the heart of God can hold. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. The night can sometimes feel like a time when our fears grow larger and more menacing, when shadows seem to hold more threat than promise, when our minds race with worries that daylight often dispels with its clarity and warmth. But tonight, dear one, you are invited into a completely different kind of darkness, a peaceful darkness that holds no terror, only rest and restoration, only healing and hope, only the gentle embrace of divine love that watches over you while you sleep. This is not the darkness of abandonment or isolation, but the darkness of being held close to the heart of divine love. It's like the darkness inside a cocoon where transformation happens in secret, or the darkness of rich, fertile soil where seeds gather strength to burst forth into new life. This is the darkness of a mother's womb. Safe, nurturing, warm, and perfectly designed for the growth and development that can only happen in such protected space. Breathe deeply and feel yourself settling into this safe darkness, as comfortable and welcoming as being held in the most loving arms imaginable. With each breath, let this sacred darkness wrap around you like the softest blanket, blocking out every source of fear or anxiety. In this holy darkness, there are no shadows that threaten, no sounds that disturb your peace, no thoughts that torment your mind with their relentless circling. Instead, this darkness is alive with the presence of perfect love. Not a love that you have to earn or maintain, but a love that simply is, as natural and reliable as breathing, as constant as your own heartbeat. The terror by night that this psalm speaks of represents all those fears that seem to grow stronger when the sun goes down and we're left alone with our thoughts. Perhaps it's anxiety about tomorrow's responsibilities, meetings you're not prepared for, conversations you're dreading, decisions that seem too big for your wisdom. Maybe it's worry about your loved ones, their health, their safety, their happiness, their choices. Or perhaps it's deeper fears that visit in the quiet hours. Fear about your own health, about your financial security, about whether you're living the life you're meant to live. Fear about aging, about death, about whether your life has meaning, about whether you're truly loved for who you are rather than what you do. What would it feel like to be completely unafraid right now? Let that feeling of absolute fearlessness wash over you like warm water, relaxing every muscle, calming every nerve, stilling every anxious thought. Tonight, none of these terrors have permission to enter this sacred space where you rest. They are turned away at the border of divine love, like unwelcome visitors who have no invitation, no right of entry, no power to disturb what love has made peaceful. In their place, you find something you may not have felt in a very long time, the complete absence of fear, the presence of absolute safety. Instead of terror, there is tenderness surrounding you, the kind of gentle care that anticipates your needs before you even recognize them yourself. Instead of fear, there is a peace so deep It feels like floating on calm waters under a star-filled sky, supported by currents of love that carry you safely through the night. Instead of worry about tomorrow, there is trust in a love that has already gone ahead to prepare the way, to work all things together for your good. Breathe in this fearlessness, letting it fill not just your lungs, but every cell of your body, every fiber of your being. Breathe out any residual anxiety or worry that may have followed you to bed tonight, watching it dissolve like mist in the morning sun. The arrows that fly by day represent those sharp, unexpected attacks that can wound us during our waking hours. Criticism that cuts deeper than we expected, rejection that catches us off guard, failures that seem to come out of nowhere, bad news that hits like a physical blow, conflicts that erupt without warning and leave us feeling bruised and vulnerable. Sometimes during our busy days, we feel like targets, don't we? As if harsh words, unexpected challenges, and sudden problems are aimed directly at us with the intention to wound. We find ourselves constantly on guard, constantly braced for the next blow, constantly trying to protect ourselves from dangers we can't always see coming. But here, in this place of rest, you remember something that the daylight sometimes makes it hard to see. You are not a target for the universe's arrows. You are a treasure, sought after and protected by divine love, valued beyond any earthly measure. The arrows that once seemed so threatening lose their power to harm when you're resting in this place of perfect protection. Feel how this truth changes the very air around you. Notice how your breathing deepens as you absorb the reality of how precious you are. From this protected place, you can look back at those daytime challenges with new perspective. The criticism that seemed so harsh may have contained a grain of truth that can help you grow, but it doesn't define your worth. The rejection that felt so personal may have been redirecting you towards something better suited to who you're becoming. The failures that seem so devastating may have been necessary clearing away of what wasn't meant to be, making room for what is. This doesn't minimize the pain these experiences may have caused, but it places them in the context of a love that wastes nothing, that can transform even wounds into sources of wisdom and compassion, that writes straight with crooked lines and creates beauty from ashes. The pestilence that walks in darkness represents those destructive thoughts and emotions that seem to multiply when we're tired or vulnerable. Fears that breed more fears, worries that spawn endless what-if scenarios, negative self-talk that becomes more vicious when we're exhausted, depression that deepens in the lonely hours, addiction that whispers more loudly when our defenses are down. These dark influences have no power here in this sanctuary of divine love. They dissolve like mist before the sunrise, powerless against the light of perfect love that surrounds you. Where pestilence once festered, blessing now flows. Where corruption once spread, purity now reigns. Where decay once threatened, renewal happens as naturally as breathing. Can you feel this renewal happening right now? It's as gentle as dew forming on morning grass, as natural as the rhythm of your heartbeat, as certain as tomorrow's sunrise. In place of the pestilence of negative thought patterns, divine love plants seeds of hope, encouragement, and truth. Where self-condemnation once grew like weeds, self-compassion now blooms like flowers. Where despair once cast its shadow, hope spreads its light. Where fear once multiplied, faith takes root and grows stronger. Your mind, which may have been contaminated by the world's toxicity, is being cleansed even now as you rest. Each breath carries away another particle of mental pollution. Each heartbeat pumps fresh hope through your consciousness. Each moment of this peaceful rest washes your thoughts clean with the pure water of divine love. The destruction that lays waste at noonday speaks of those overwhelming moments when everything seems to fall apart at once, when multiple crises converge, when support systems fail, when the very foundations of life seem to shake, when we feel like we're drowning in circumstances beyond our control. These moments of seeming destruction cannot touch you here. In this place of peace, destruction is transformed into divine construction as love rebuilds what has been broken, restores what has been lost, renews what has grown weary and worn. Even as you sleep, divine love is working behind the scenes of your life, preparing solutions you haven't thought of, opening doors you didn't know existed, weaving together circumstances in ways that will surprise you with their goodness. What areas of your life feel broken or destroyed right now? Imagine divine love working in those places tonight, beginning the work of restoration and renewal. As you rest here in this fearless place, imagine that every breath you take is like inhaling liquid peace. This peace flows through your bloodstream like healing medicine, reaching every organ, every muscle, every nerve. It carries away tension and leaves behind only calm. It dissolves worry and deposits trust. It melts fear and creates courage. It washes away doubt and establishes faith. Your heartbeat becomes a gentle drum of peace, steady and strong, setting the rhythm for your entire being. Your thoughts slow down like a river reaching calm waters, flowing smoothly and peacefully toward rest instead of churning with anxiety and worry. Your body feels pleasantly heavy with relaxation, sinking deeper into comfort with each passing moment. What part of your body feels most relaxed right now? Can you let that feeling of deep relaxation spread to the rest of your body, like warmth spreading through cool water? Your nervous system, which may have been on high alert throughout the day, finally shifts into its healing mode. The constant vigilance relaxes. The hyper-awareness softens. The fight-or-flight response quiets. In its place comes the rest and digest mode that allows your body to do its repair work, to restore what has been depleted, to strengthen what has been weakened. This shift doesn't happen because you will it or work for it, but because you're finally in an environment of perfect safety where your body's natural healing mechanisms can function as they were designed to function. Your immune system strengthens, your digestive system settles, your cardiovascular system finds its optimal rhythm, all because love has created the perfect conditions for restoration. Feel this healing happening throughout your entire body, as natural as spring rain nourishing a garden. Tonight you sleep under the protection of one who never slumbers, never sleeps, never looks away from you even for a moment. You can let go of vigilance because divine love keeps perfect watch. You can release control because infinite wisdom is managing what you cannot manage. You can stop trying to protect yourself because perfect love has surrounded you with protection that never fails. This doesn't mean you become careless or irresponsible in your daily life, but it means that you can rest deeply tonight, knowing that the ultimate responsibility for your safety, your future, your well-being rests in hands far more capable than your own. What would it feel like to completely trust in this divine protection? Let that trust settle into your bones, releasing every muscle, calming every nerve. The promise that you shall not be afraid is not just about tonight, though tonight is where you experience it most fully. It's a promise that extends into every day, every situation, every challenge you will ever face. Fear may visit, but it cannot stay. Terror may knock at the door, but it cannot enter where love dwells. Anxiety may whisper its lies, but truth speaks louder and with more authority. As you prepare to drift into deeper sleep, know that this protection covers not just your physical body, but your mind, your spirit, your emotions, your dreams, and even your subconscious thoughts. Every part of you rests safely in divine love tonight, held by a care that is more watchful than your own consciousness, more faithful than your own dedication to yourself, more loving than your own heart knows how to be. Sleep peacefully, knowing that nothing can separate you from this love, nothing can break through this protection, nothing can steal this peace that now surrounds you like the gentlest, strongest embrace. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look, and see the reward of the wicked. There is something profoundly comforting about the promise that even when chaos surrounds us, even when others are falling into difficulty and despair, we can remain standing in divine protection. Tonight, as you settle into deeper rest, let's explore what it means to be so securely held by love that external circumstances cannot shake your inner peace, so rooted in eternal truth that temporary troubles cannot uproot your sense of safety and belonging. Breathe slowly and imagine yourself standing in the center of a perfect circle of calm, while all around the edges of this circle, storms may rage but cannot penetrate this sacred space. This profound promise doesn't mean that you are callous to the suffering of others, or that you live in a bubble of selfishness, indifferent to the pain and struggle that touches the lives of those around you. Rather, it means that you are so grounded in divine love, so rooted in spiritual truth, so anchored in something deeper than circumstances, that you can be a source of stability and hope for those around you who may still be struggling to find their footing. Picture yourself as a great tree with roots that go deep, deeper than anyone can see, into the bedrock of divine love itself. These roots draw nourishment not from the shallow soil of temporary circumstances, but from the eternal springs of divine faithfulness that never run dry, never become contaminated, never fail to provide exactly what is needed for growth and strength. Feel yourself sinking deeper into this unshakable foundation of peace, letting it support you like the most solid ground beneath fertile soil. Above ground, your branches may sway gently in the winds of change and challenge, because flexibility is part of wisdom, and even the strongest trees bend rather than break. But your trunk remains solid, your roots remain deep, and you do not fall, you do not break, you do not lose your place in the landscape of divine love. Storms may bend other trees around you. You may watch with compassion as some lose branches, as others struggle to maintain their footing, as still others seem to uproot entirely. But this doesn't happen because you are better or stronger or more deserving than they are. It happens because of grace, unmerited favor that has chosen to establish you in a place of safety, not because you earned it, but because love delights in providing security for its children. Can you feel this stability in your body right now? Notice how your breathing becomes more steady, more grounded, more peaceful as you rest in this unshakable foundation. The 1,000 that fall at your side might represent the countless worries and fears that once troubled your own mind. They fall away now, powerless to disturb your peace. Remember how some of those anxieties used to loom so large, consuming your thoughts, stealing your sleep, robbing you of joy? Tonight you can watch them fall like autumn leaves, beautiful in their release, natural in their letting go, making room for new growth, new hope, new peace. The 10,000 at your right hand could represent all the what-if scenarios your mind used to create in endless succession. All the possible disasters you used to rehearse, all the potential failures you used to fear. All the imagined rejections and disappointments that never actually came to pass, but caused you real suffering in anticipation. These two dissolve into insignificance when faced with the reality of divine protection and care. Breathe in strength and stability, letting it flow through your body like warm golden light. Breathe out every worry that once seemed so important, watching it fade away like shadows at sunrise. As you rest tonight, imagine that you can see with spiritual eyes the reward of those who choose love over fear, faith over anxiety, trust over control. This reward isn't necessarily material wealth or worldly success, though divine love certainly cares about your practical needs and well-being. The reward is something far more valuable. It's peace in the midst of storm, hope in the face of uncertainty, joy that doesn't depend on circumstances, love that can't be taken away by any external force. You see this reward flowing like a river through the landscape of your life, blessing like sunshine falling on everything you touch, healing like gentle rain, nurturing growth wherever you walk, hope like flowers blooming even in the most difficult seasons of your experience. This vision fills you not with pride or a sense of superiority, but with profound gratitude and humility. What does gratitude feel like in your body right now? Perhaps warmth spreading through your chest, or a gentle softening around your heart, or a deep sense of contentment in your belly. You understand with increasing clarity that this protection, this stability, this peace is not something you earned through good behavior or spiritual achievement. It's not a reward for being better than others or a prize for winning some cosmic competition. It's a gift freely given by divine love, like sunshine that falls on the just and unjust alike, like rain that waters gardens both carefully tended and wild. This realization makes you humble rather than proud, grateful rather than entitled, compassionate rather than judgmental. When you see others struggling with fears you've been delivered from, your heart fills with empathy rather than superiority. You want to share this peace, this hope, this stability, not because you have something to prove, but because love naturally wants to spread itself, to multiply, to bless as many lives as possible. Can you feel this compassion stirring in your heart? Let it warm you from the inside out, connecting you to all those who seek the peace you're experiencing tonight. From this place of security and stability, you can look out at the world with compassion rather than fear. You can see the struggles of others not as threats to your own peace, but as opportunities to extend the love and stability you have received. You become like a lighthouse in a storm, not because you are better than others, not because you deserve safety more than they do, but because you have learned to anchor yourself in something unchanging, something reliable, something that cannot be shaken by the winds of circumstance. Feel yourself becoming a beacon of peace tonight, radiating calm and love to all those around you, even in your sleep. Your very rest becomes a form of ministry, your peaceful breathing becomes a kind of prayer, your trust becomes a testimony to the power of divine love that others can sense even when they can't name it. As you sleep tonight, waves of peace flow out from your resting place like ripples on a still pond, touching lives in ways you may never know, but that matter more than you can imagine. The promise that it shall not come near you doesn't mean that life will be without challenges, difficulties, or sorrows. Even trees with the deepest roots experience seasons of drought, periods of harsh weather, times when growth is slow and survival requires all their strength. But what this promise means is that nothing, absolutely nothing, can separate you from the love that surrounds you now. Nothing can penetrate the core of your being where divine love has made its home. Nothing can disturb the deepest peace of your soul. Difficulties may come, and when they do, you'll meet them with the strength that comes from being rooted in love. Problems may arise, but they cannot reach the place where your true identity rests secure in divine acceptance. Sorrows may visit, and you'll grieve with the freedom that comes from knowing that love holds both your tears and your healing. Changes may come, but they cannot alter the fundamental truth of how precious you are to the heart of God. Can you sense this impenetrable core of peace within you? It's like a flame that burns steadily regardless of wind or weather, like a spring that flows regardless of drought, like a foundation that stands regardless of what is built upon it. As thousands of fears fall away from your consciousness tonight, as tens of thousands of worries lose their grip on your mind and heart, you discover something beautiful happening in the space they once occupied. Where anxiety used to live, peace now dwells. Where fear used to multiply, love now grows. Where worry used to consume your thoughts, gratitude now fills your awareness. This isn't empty space that needs to be filled with something else to worry about. This is fertile ground where the most beautiful qualities of the human spirit can grow. Compassion that doesn't depend on receiving compassion in return, joy that doesn't require perfect circumstances, hope that can see light even in the darkest situations, faith that trusts even when understanding is incomplete. Let yourself sink even deeper into this inner sanctuary where only love resides, only peace dwells, only blessing multiplies. Your body knows how to rest in this level of protection and security. Every muscle fiber receives the message that it's safe to let go, safe to release the tension it's been holding, safe to trust that you are completely supported by something far greater than your own efforts. Your nervous system shifts into the deepest level of restoration, where the most profound healing happens, where strength is renewed, where hope is restored. Your mind, which may have been accustomed to constant vigilance, scanning for threats and preparing for problems, finally gets permission to rest. The mental chatter quiets to a gentle murmur, then to whispered peace, then to the profound silence that is not empty but full of presence, full of love, full of perfect safety. What does this profound safety feel like throughout your entire being? Let it fill every space within you, every thought, every emotion, every physical sensation. Tonight, as you prepare to drift into deeper sleep, you carry with you the knowledge that you are held so securely that nothing can shake you from love's embrace, so completely protected that no external force can reach the core of who you are, so deeply rooted that you can weather any storm that life might bring. You are surrounded by a love so complete that it has already gone before you into tomorrow, preparing the way, working behind the scenes, arranging circumstances in ways that will serve your highest good. You can stop trying to control outcomes and instead rest in the trust that divine love is managing what you cannot manage, solving what you cannot solve, healing what you cannot heal. As you prepare to drift into deeper sleep, feel yourself cradled by this infinite love, supported by this eternal foundation, surrounded by this perfect protection that never fails, never weakens, never looks away. Chapter 6. Angels and Eternal Promises, 45 minutes plus closing. For he shall give his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. As we enter the final chapter of our peaceful journey together through the beautiful words of Psalm 91, we come to perhaps the most magnificent and tender promise in all of Scripture. The promise of angelic protection and divine care that follows us through every step of our lives, through every breath we take, through every dream we dream, and even into the peaceful depths of healing sleep. This is not merely poetry or metaphor, though the language is certainly beautiful enough to stir the deepest places of the human heart. This is a spiritual reality as solid and dependable as the ground beneath your feet, as reliable as the rising of the sun, as certain as the love that beats in the heart of the Creator who spoke you into existence and who continues to sustain your life with each breath you draw. Take a slow, deep breath and imagine that the air around you begins to shimmer with the presence of beings of pure love and light, invisible to physical eyes, but very real in the spiritual dimension. Tonight, as you rest in the safety of your bed, in the comfort of your home, in the quiet of this peaceful hour, you are not alone. You have never been alone, not for a single moment of your existence, but perhaps tonight you will sense this truth more clearly than you have before. Invisible to physical eyes, but very real in the spiritual realm, messengers of divine love surround your bed, your room, your very being. These celestial guardians are not impersonal forces or distant cosmic entities, but beings who know your name, understand your heart, and have been given a specific charge concerning your life. They have received their orders directly from the throne of divine love. Keep this precious child in all their ways. Guard their steps, guide their path, protect their rest, and carry them safely through every moment of their earthly journey. Can you sense their gentle presence beginning to make itself known? They move like whispers of wind that carry the fragrance of eternity, like the soft rustle of leaves that speaks of peace, like love made visible in forms too beautiful for human language to fully describe. These angels don't come to you because you are perfect or because you have earned their protection through good behavior or spiritual achievement. They don't arrive because you have finally become worthy of divine attention or because you have solved all your problems and overcome all your weaknesses. They come because you are beloved, simply, completely, eternally beloved by the one who created you and who delights in surrounding you with every form of care and protection that love can provide. Their very presence is a reminder of how valued you are in the divine heart, how precious you are in the eyes of infinite love, how much your life matters in the great tapestry of existence. You are not an accident, not a mistake, not someone who slipped through the cracks of divine attention. You are intentionally created, purposefully placed, carefully watched over, and tenderly cared for by forces of good that are far more powerful than any difficulty you could ever face. Feel how this truth settles over you like the softest blanket woven from threads of starlight, warming not just your body, but the deepest places of your soul. The promise, "In their hands they shall bear you up," paints a picture of the most tender care imaginable. Imagine now that you are being carried, not by your own effort or struggle, not by your own strength or determination, but by pure grace, made manifest in angelic hands. These hands are infinitely gentle, never grasping or controlling, yet infinitely strong, never failing or faltering in their support. Like the most loving parent carrying a sleeping child, these divine messengers support you in ways you cannot see, protect you from dangers you are not even aware of, guide you along paths of peace and safety even while you sleep. They smooth the rough places before you ever encounter them, remove obstacles from your path before you ever stumble upon them, prepare the way ahead with such love and care that your journey through life becomes not a struggle, but a pilgrimage, not a battle, but a dance. Let yourself feel completely supported right now, held by hands that are infinitely gentle yet infinitely strong, infinitely loving yet infinitely powerful. Lest you dash your foot against a stone, This beautiful phrase speaks to the incredible attention to detail that characterizes divine love's care for you. This is not just protection from major crises or life-threatening dangers, though such protection is certainly included. This is care that extends to the smallest stumbles, the minor difficulties, the everyday obstacles that might trip you up or cause you pain. Divine love pays attention to everything, not just the big decisions and major life events, but also the small moments that make up the fabric of your daily experience. The conversation you're dreading tomorrow, the bill you're worried about paying, the relationship that's causing you stress, the health concern that keeps nagging at your mind. All of these details are known, cared about, and attended to by the angels who watch over you. Breathe in this attention to detail, this care for every aspect of your being, every concern of your heart, every need of your body and soul. Breathe out any feeling that you are forgotten, overlooked, or unimportant in the vast scheme of existence. As you sink deeper into sleep tonight, imagine that these angelic beings are smoothing the path of your dreams, creating highways of peace through the landscape of your subconscious mind. Nightmares flee before their light like shadows scattered by sunrise. Anxious thoughts dissolve in their presence like morning mist evaporating in the warmth of day. Peaceful, healing, restorative sleep flows around you like a gentle river, carrying you safely through the night on currents of divine love. Can you feel this flow of peaceful sleep beginning to carry you? Let yourself be lifted by it, supported by it, blessed by it, knowing that you are being carried by hands that never grow tired, never grow careless, never let go. The lions and serpents that you shall trample represent every fear that has ever threatened you, every anxiety that has ever disturbed your peace, every form of spiritual opposition that has ever tried to steal your joy or rob you of hope. But from this place of angelic protection, from this position of divine security, these former terrors become as harmless as house cats, as powerless as shadows. You don't conquer these fears through struggle or personal effort, though courage and determination certainly have their place in a well-lived life. You overcome them simply by resting in a love so complete, so encompassing, so all-consuming that fear cannot coexist with it. Like darkness that must flee when light enters a room, anxiety melts away in the presence of perfect peace. Worry dissolves in the atmosphere of perfect trust. What fears have been troubling you lately? Imagine them now as small, powerless creatures scurrying away from the light of divine love that surrounds you, unable to survive in this atmosphere of perfect peace. Feel this victory happening right now in your body as you rest. It's not a violent conquest requiring effort and strain, but a gentle transformation as natural as ice melting in warm sunshine. Notice how your muscles relax as fear loses its grip on you. Observe how your breathing deepens as anxiety dissolves. Feel how your heart rate slows to a peaceful rhythm as worry fades into insignificance. Feel this victory happening right now throughout your entire being. Notice how your muscles relax as fear leaves your body, how your breathing deepens as anxiety dissolves, how peace takes the place that worry once occupied. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. These final verses of Psalm 91 are spoken in the voice of divine love itself, making promises that span not just this night of peaceful rest, but your entire life and even beyond into eternity. These are not the uncertain promises of human beings who mean well, but whose power is limited, but the absolutely reliable promises of the one who created the universe and sustains it by the word of his power. Breathe slowly, and let these promises sink deep into your heart like seeds planted in the richest, most fertile soil imaginable. The promise begins with love, not your perfect love, for none of us loves perfectly, but the love you have set upon the divine, however imperfect, however small, however uncertain it might sometimes feel. This love, even if it's no bigger than a mustard seed, even if it wavers like a candle flame in the wind, even if it feels inadequate and insufficient, this love becomes the key that unlocks all of these beautiful promises. Can you feel that love stirring in your heart right now? It doesn't have to be large or impressive or dramatic. Even the smallest flame of love is seen and treasured by the one who is love itself. I will set him on high. You are lifted up, not by your own efforts to climb or achieve or prove yourself, but by divine grace that raises you above your circumstances, above your fears, above the chaos and confusion of the world, into a place of peace and clarity where you can see with the eyes of love. Think with the mind of wisdom and respond to life from a place of inner strength and security. Feel yourself being gently lifted now, rising above any troubles or concerns of the day into this high place of peace and perspective. He shall call upon me, and I will answer. Even now, in the silence of your heart, in the quietness of this peaceful moment, you can call out to divine love. No elaborate words are necessary, no perfect prayers required, no specific formulas needed. Even the wordless longing of your heart for peace, for comfort, for rest, for hope is heard and answered with infinite tenderness and perfect timing. In the quietness of your heart, make that call now. It might be just a whisper. Help me rest. Give me peace. Hold me close. Feel the immediate response of love surrounding you, answering you with perfect peace. I will be with him in trouble. This promise doesn't mean you'll never face difficulties, challenges, or sorrows. Life in this world includes seasons of struggle, and divine love doesn't promise to eliminate all hardship, but rather to be present in the midst of it. In every challenge that may come, in every sorrow you might face, in every moment of uncertainty or fear, divine love promises to be present, bringing comfort, strength, hope, and the grace you need to not just survive, but to grow stronger and more compassionate through the experience. Even if trouble comes tomorrow, you can rest tonight, knowing you will not face it alone. Feel this companionship, this faithful presence that never leaves you, never abandons you, never grows tired of caring for you. I will deliver him and honor him. Deliverance comes, though not always in the form we expect or on the timeline we would choose. Sometimes we are delivered from our troubles. Sometimes we are delivered through them. And sometimes we are delivered in them. Finding peace in the midst of storm, hope in the face of uncertainty, strength in the midst of weakness. The honor that comes from divine love is not the hollow applause of the world, but the deep satisfaction of knowing that your life has meaning, purpose, and eternal significance. Can you sense this deliverance and honor that divine love has prepared for you? It may not look like what you expected, but it will be exactly what your soul needs most. With long life, I will satisfy him. Whether your days on this earth are many or few, they will be filled with meaning, purpose, and the deep satisfaction that comes from being loved completely and learning to love in return. This is not just about the quantity of years, but about the quality of life. Life that is rich with purpose, deep with meaning, full of the kind of satisfaction that comes from knowing you are exactly where you belong, doing exactly what you were created to do. Breathe in satisfaction, contentment, the deep peace of knowing your life has meaning and value regardless of how it might appear to outside observers. And show him my salvation. You will see more and more clearly as time passes the saving power of divine love working in your life, rescuing you from despair, healing your wounds, restoring your hope, making all things new. This salvation is not just a one-time event, but an ongoing process, a daily rescue, a continual transformation that makes you more loving, more peaceful, more joyful, more free. Can you see glimpses of this salvation even now? Perhaps in the peace you feel, the love that surrounds you, the hope that stirs in your heart, even in this quiet moment. As we prepare to close our time together tonight, let these promises settle into the deepest places of your being, like seeds that will continue to grow and bear fruit long after tonight's rest is over. Let them become part of your dreams, part of your sleep, part of the restoration that happens in your body and soul as you rest in perfect safety. The angels who watch over you tonight will continue their vigil through the hours of darkness, ensuring that your sleep is peaceful, your dreams are blessed, your rest is complete. They will be present when you wake, ready to guide your steps through whatever tomorrow may bring, carrying you safely through each moment with the same tender care they show you now. Take one more deep breath, drawing in all of these promises, all of this love, all of this protection that surrounds you now and always. And as you exhale, let go of everything else, every worry, every fear, every burden that is not yours to carry tonight. You are loved beyond anything you have ever imagined possible. You are protected by forces of good that are far stronger than any difficulty you may ever face. You are surrounded by angels who delight in caring for you, who consider it their privilege to watch over your rest and guard your dreams. You are held in the heart of divine love now and always, in this life and whatever lies beyond, in time and in eternity. Sleep peacefully, dear one. Rest deeply in this perfect love that casts out all fear. Dream sweetly under this divine protection that never fails. Wake refreshed and renewed, carrying with you the peace of Psalm 91 and the unshakable knowledge that you are forever and always beloved, protected, and safe in the arms of infinite love. The angels watch over you tonight. Divine love surrounds you now. Perfect peace fills your heart and mind. All is well, all is well, all shall be well. Good night, precious child of the Most High. Sleep in peace. For he shall give his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. As we enter the final chapter of our peaceful journey together, we come to perhaps the most beautiful promise in all of Psalm 91, the promise of angelic protection and divine care that follows us through every step of our lives, even into our dreams and peaceful sleep. Take a slow, deep breath and imagine that the air around you shimmers with the presence of beings of pure love and light. Tonight, as you rest, you are not alone. Invisible to physical eyes but very real in the spiritual realm, messengers of divine love surround your bed, your room, your very being. These celestial guardians have been given a specific charge to keep you safe in all your ways. Can you sense their gentle presence? They move like whispers of wind, like the soft rustle of leaves, like love made visible. These angels don't come to you because you are perfect, or because you have earned their protection. They come because you are beloved, because you are precious beyond measure to the one who created you. Their very presence is a reminder of how valued you are in the divine heart. Feel how this truth settles over you like the softest blanket, warming not just your body but your soul. In their hands they shall bear you up. Imagine now that you are being carried, not by effort or struggle, but by pure grace. Like a parent carrying a sleeping child, these divine messengers support you in ways you cannot see, protect you from dangers you are not even aware of, guide you along paths of peace even while you sleep. Let yourself feel completely supported right now, held by hands that are infinitely gentle, infinitely strong, infinitely loving. The promise that you won't dash your foot against a stone speaks to the beautiful truth that divine love pays attention to the smallest details of your life. Not just the big crises, not just the major challenges, but even the small stumbles, the minor difficulties, the everyday obstacles that might trip you up. Breathe in this attention to detail, this care for every aspect of your being. Breathe out any feeling that you are forgotten or overlooked. As you sink deeper into sleep, imagine that these angelic beings smooth the path of your dreams. Nightmares flee before their light. Anxious thoughts dissolve in their presence. Peaceful, healing sleep flows around you like a gentle river, carrying you safely through the night. Can you feel this flow of peaceful sleep beginning to carry you? Let yourself be lifted by it, supported by it, blessed by it. The lions and serpents you shall trample represent every fear that has ever threatened you, every anxiety that has ever disturbed your peace. But from this place of divine protection, these former terrors become as harmless as shadows. They lose their power to frighten, their ability to disturb, their capacity to steal your peace. What fears have been troubling you lately? Imagine them now as small, powerless creatures scurrying away from the light of divine love that surrounds you. You don't conquer these fears through struggle or effort, but simply by resting in a love so complete that fear cannot coexist with it. Like darkness fleeing before the sunrise, anxiety melts away in the presence of perfect peace. Feel this victory happening right now in your body. Notice how your muscles relax as fear leaves, how your breathing deepens as anxiety dissolves. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high. Because he has known my name, he shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. These final verses of Psalm 91 are spoken in the voice of divine love itself, making promises that span not just this night, but your entire life, and even beyond, into eternity. Breathe slowly and let these promises sink deep into your heart, like seeds planted in fertile soil. The promise begins with love. Not your perfect love, but the love you have set upon the divine, imperfect though it may be, seeking though it may be, growing though it may be. This love, however small or uncertain, becomes the key that unlocks all of these beautiful promises. Can you feel that love stirring in your heart right now? It doesn't have to be large or impressive. Even the smallest flame of love is seen and treasured by divine love. I will set him on high. You are lifted up, not by your own efforts, but by divine grace. Lifted above your circumstances, above your fears, above the chaos of the world, into a place of peace and perspective where you can see with the eyes of love. Feel yourself being gently lifted now, rising above any troubles of the day into this high place of peace. He shall call upon me, and I will answer. Even now, in the silence of your heart, you can call out to divine love. No words are necessary. Even the longing of your heart for peace, for comfort, for rest, is heard and answered with infinite tenderness. In the quietness of your heart, make that call now. Feel the immediate response of love surrounding you, answering you with peace. I will be with him in trouble. This promise doesn't mean you'll never face difficulties, but that you'll never face them alone. In every challenge, in every sorrow, in every moment of uncertainty, divine love is present, bringing comfort, strength, and hope. Even if trouble comes tomorrow, you can rest tonight knowing you will not face it alone. Feel this companionship, this faithful presence that never leaves you. With long life I will satisfy him. Whether your days on earth are many or few, they will be filled with meaning, purpose, and the deep satisfaction that comes from being loved completely and loving in return. Breathe in satisfaction, contentment, the deep peace of knowing your life has meaning and value. And show him my salvation. You will see more and more clearly the saving power of divine love working in your life, rescuing you from despair, healing your wounds, restoring your hope, making all things new. Can you see glimpses of this salvation even now? Perhaps in the peace you feel, the love that surrounds you, the hope that stirs in your heart. As we prepare to close our time together, let these promises settle into the deepest places of your being. Let them become part of your dreams tonight, part of your sleep, part of the restoration that happens in your body and soul as you rest. Take one more deep breath, drawing in all of these promises, all of this love, all of this protection. And as you exhale, let go of everything else, every worry, every fear, every burden that is not yours to carry. You are loved beyond measure. You are protected by forces of good that are far stronger than any difficulty you may face. You are surrounded by angels who delight in caring for you. You are held in the heart of divine love now and always. Sleep peacefully, dear one. Rest deeply. Dream sweetly. Wake refreshed and renewed, carrying with you the peace of Psalm 91 and the knowledge that you are forever and always beloved. 1. Can you feel yourself beginning to let go of the day's concerns? What would it feel like to truly rest in complete safety tonight? 2. What does safety feel like in your body right now? Can you sense the tension leaving your muscles, your jaw, your hands? 3. Can you feel how your body naturally responds to this sense of complete security? Notice how your muscles soften, how your breathing becomes more rhythmic and peaceful. 4. What would it feel like to truly trust that you are completely safe right now? 5. Can you feel the peace settling over you like morning dew on fresh grass? Each breath you take draws in more of this heavenly protection, more of this divine peace. 6. What lies have been troubling you lately? What fears have been whispering in your ear? Let them be silenced now by the truth of divine love. 7. What would it feel like to be completely unafraid right now? Let that feeling wash over you like warm water, relaxing every muscle, calming every nerve. 8. Can you feel this renewal happening? It's as gentle as dew forming on morning grass, as natural as breathing, as certain as sunrise. 9. What part of your body feels most relaxed right now? Can you let that feeling of relaxation spread to the rest of your body, like warmth spreading through water? 10. What does gratitude feel like in your body right now? Perhaps warmth in your chest or a softening around your heart? 11. Can you sense this impenetrable core of peace within you? It's like a flame that burns steadily regardless of wind or weather. 12. Can you sense their gentle presence? They move like whispers of wind, like the soft rustle of leaves, like love made visible. 13. What fears have been troubling you lately? Imagine them now as small, powerless creatures scurrying away from the light of divine love that surrounds you. 14. Can you feel that love stirring in your heart right now? It doesn't have to be large or impressive. Even the smallest flame of love is seen and treasured by divine love. 15. Can you see glimpses of this salvation even now? Perhaps in the peace you feel, the love that surrounds you, the hope that stirs in your heart? As our peaceful journey through Psalm 91 comes to a close, I want to thank you for spending this sacred time in rest and reflection. The peace you've experienced tonight isn't just for these few hours, it's a gift you can carry with you into each new day. If this meditation has brought you comfort and peace, I invite you to subscribe to our channel for more peaceful content designed to help you rest in God's love. Click that subscription button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a new meditation that could bring you the rest your soul is seeking. Share this video with someone who needs peace tonight. A friend who's been stressed, a family member who struggles with sleep, or anyone who could benefit from the comforting words of Psalm 91. Your simple act of sharing could be exactly what someone needs to find rest and hope. In the comments below, tell us, which verse from Psalm 91 spoke most deeply to your heart tonight? Your sharing helps create a community of peace and encouragement where others can find hope in your words. Like this video if it helped you find peace, and consider exploring our playlist of other biblical meditations for sleep and rest. Each one is crafted with the same gentle care, designed to help you fall asleep in the security of God's love. Remember, dear friend, the protection and peace of Psalm 91 isn't just for tonight. It's yours every day and every night. You are beloved, you are protected, and you are never alone. Sweet dreams, and may you wake tomorrow refreshed in body, soul, and spirit, carrying with you the peace that passes all understanding. Good night, and God bless.